Expelliarmus, and good morning, wizarding enthusiasts. Thank you for joining this Saturday morning for our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party. Welcome. We are so excited that you could join us for fun, friendship, and all things wizarding as we paint with girls from all around the country. I hope you have your favorite painting clothes on. Today we will paint a Wonders of Wizarding magic owl using acrylics. Let's see. I know we asked girls to accessorize with their favorite wizard wear. Who dressed up for today? Raise your hand. Okay. Wow, everyone's really dressed up today. Everyone's looking really good. Good job. Today, during the session, we will make a wand, learn a spell, prepare and enjoy a wizarding snack, make a butterbeer float, and paint a Wonders of Wizarding magic owl masterpiece using acrylics. All girls who paint today will earn their painting badge. Yay! These are Troop's own badges and are available for daisies, brownies, juniors, cadets, seniors, and even ambassadors. The CSA badge is one shape for all three levels, senior, cadet, and ambassador. These beautiful patches are offered by Ray's Creations. We will send you the order information after the event. Oh, where are my manners? Let me introduce myself. My name is Jenny Weasley, and I love magic, and I even love to paint. I'm super excited about our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party today. I'm sure it's going to be a great time. I'm here with my seniors, Girl Scout wizards from my troop, and we are all so thrilled that you decided to spend your Saturday with us. Also, today with us is Chamika Sparks, artist and owner of the Painty Palette and more. She is going to be leading us through our painting in just a few moments. Everyone join me in saying hello to Miss Chamika and waving, giving her a nice, healthy, warm welcome. On three, we're going to say hi, Chamika. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Miss Chamika.
Hi, guys.
Perfect. Okay, Miss Chamika will teach us how to paint using acrylics, and we're going to paint a magic owl masterpiece. I'm super excited, and I can hardly wait. Let's get this painting party started. Okay, my fellow wizards, it's time for me to hand you off to my friend, Hermione Granger.
Thank you, Jenny. Hello, my Girl Scout wizards. My name is Hermione Granger. I am so glad I could be here with you today. I'm excited to be here at this Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party. I'm so glad that you could join us today. We are sure to have a great time. Just like Girl Scouts, wizarding is filled with tradition. In true Girl Scout tradition and fashion, we are going to recite the Girl Scout Promise and Law. Let's do it together. Please raise your right hand and your middle three fingers with me. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authorities, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. That was great. Thank you for joining me. Okay, my fellow wizards, it's time for me to hand you off to my friend Hedwig.
Thank you, Hermione. Hello, my Girl Scout wizards. My name is Hedwig, and I too am super excited to be here at our Wonders of Wizarding paint party today. I have the great honor of leading you through the Pledge of Allegiance. Please see the flag on the screen. Please put your right hand over your heart and join me. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That was great. Thank you for joining me. Okay, my fellow wizards, it's time for me to hand you off to my friend, Jenny Weasley.
Thank you, Hedwig. Hello again, my Girl Scout wizards. My name is Jenny Weasley, California, and I'm excited that you are here to enjoy our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party today. In order to make sure we'll have a wizardly wonderful time, we have a few rules, and it is my responsibility to share with you the event rules. Most of these rules are found in the Girl Scout Promise and Law we just said. Please respect yourself and others during the session, and everyone should have a great time while we learn a lot and paint together today. Rule number 1 is to have an adult with you at all times. You should not be participating in this event without a safe adult nearby. Rule number 2, please use the Zoom chat feature if you have any questions. If you have a question, you may send a direct message to any of us Girl Scout seniors. Rule number 3, put your Zoom on speaker mode. This will allow you to better see the instructions during this event. You should probably do that now. Rule number 4, get to know your reaction buttons. We will ask you for a thumbs up during several parts of the session. Using your reaction buttons, show me your big thumbs up. I'll do it too. Perfect. Great job. Also, we will ask you to use your raised hand function if you need us to slow down. Using your reaction buttons, show me your raised hand now. Nice, I have 50 raised hands, that's great. Rule number 5 is please change your name on Zoom to your favorite wizard and your state. For example, my name is Jeannie Weasley, California. This is to protect your privacy. If you don't have a favorite wizard, look at this chart I found online. It's called Every State's Favorite Harry Potter Character. You can find your state and select the character you'd like. You can also use this list as an inspiration to select any character you're with. You can go ahead and update your Zoom name now. While everyone is figuring out their new Zoom name, does anybody have a joke for me?
I have a joke.
Okay.
What happened to the naughty wizard at school?
Oh, what?
He was expelled.
That's funny. Anyone else?
I have a joke for you.
Okay.
Why did the wizard become a chef?
Why?
He was great at sorcery.
I love that. It's funny. Let's continue. Rule number 6, let your family and anyone in your house know when you have your Zoom video on. This event will be recorded and we will be taking pictures and screenshots as indicated in the invitation. If you don't want your picture shared, please turn off your Zoom video and camera. Rule number 7, you may leave to use the restroom and you don't need to ask. Rule number 8, if you don't know what materials we're using, look in the Zoom chat or look for an information via screen sharing. Rule number 9, learn a lot and have fun. Okay, my fellow wizards, thank you for listening to the rules. It's time for me to hand you off to my friend, Dobby.
Thank you, Ginny. Hello there, my fellow wizards. My name is Dobby, or Dobby, California, since we all changed our Zoom names to protect our privacy. As Hagrid mentioned, during this Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party, we will be doing a lot of fun things while earning badges and painting a magical owl. Go ahead and send me in the chat box. Who do you think is the most famous wizard of all time? While everyone does that, does anyone have a joke for me?
I have a joke for you.
What is it?
What do you get when you give a wizard wireless earbuds?
I don't know. What?
Harry Potters.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. I'm getting a lot of messages in the chat that all say Harry Potter. Yes, I would definitely agree. Hermione said Merlin. Okay. I think the most popular wizard mentioned was definitely Harry Potter. As many of you know, Harry Potter is the main character in the series of books and movies called Harry Potter. There are 7 fantasy novels written by British author J.K. Rowling. The novels chronicle the lives of young wizard Harry Potter and his friends Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley, all of whom are students at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The main story arc concerns Harry's struggle against Lord Voldemort, a dark wizard who intends to become immortal, overthrow the wizard governing body known as the Ministry of Magic, and subjugate all wizards and muggles, non-magical people. The first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, was released in 1997. As of February 2018, the books have sold more than 500 million copies worldwide, making them the best-selling book series in history. And they have been translated into a total of 80 languages. Who here has read a Harry Potter book or watched a Harry Potter movie? Raise your hand for me if you have. Wow, that's a lot of Harry Potter fans. As you probably know, Hermione Granger is a fictional character in the Harry Potter series. She becomes best friends with Harry and his friend Ron, and has a quick wit, deft recall, and encyclopedic knowledge to lend aid in dire situations. Hermione Granger has had immense popularity and was voted the best female character of all time in a poll conducted amongst Hollywood professionals by The Hollywood Reporter in 2016. Hermione Granger is a quick study and is great at learning spells. For those of you who saw the Harry Potter movies, Hermione's first spell was Oculus Reparo, to fix Harry's glasses. The word reparo is used to repair something that is broken. Now let's say it together. Reparo! Great, we're going to use that later. Okay, my fellow wizards, thank you for learning about Harry Potter and Hermione with me, and thank you for learning a quick spell too. It's time for me to hand you off to my friend, Glinda.
Thank you, Dobby. Hello there, my fellow wizards, and my name is Linda. How's everyone doing so far? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready, if you're having a great time. I am too. We are getting ready. We're getting closer to starting to paint. But before we do that, I thought we might want to explore a mode of wizard transportation, the flying broom. The flying broom plays an important role in the fantasy world of Harry Potter. It is used for transportation as well as for playing the game of Quidditch. Quidditch is a fictional sport invented by author J.K. Rowling for the book series Harry Potter. It is a dangerous but popular sport played by witches and wizards riding flying broomsticks. I'm hungry, let's make a wizard broom snack. Let's get our materials. We'll need 3 pretzel sticks, 1 stick of string cheese, chives, these are optional, and you'll also need a knife. Make sure your safe doll is nearby. Go ahead and open and peel your string cheese if you haven't already done that. Here I have my string cheese and I'm going to peel it. While I'm doing this, do any of the girls have jokes for me? Also, girls, you can send jokes in the chat box to me and to my other Girl Scout sisters.
I have a joke for you.
Let's hear it.
Who did the wizard call for the witch hotel?
I don't know. Who?
Room service?
Oh, that's good. Okay. Using our knives, we're going to cut our string cheese into 3 equal parts. 1. Just like this. We're going to make 3 of these broomsticks. Great. Now we're going to slide one of the pieces of cheese into the end of a pretzel stick. So here we have our pretzel sticks, and we're going to, oh, it broke. If they break, it's okay. That's how it looks. And then we're going to peel the cheese on the other side. Like this. My cheese is like breaking on me. I don't know why, but it's okay. So that's how it's gonna look. See, it's a little bit broken, but it's okay. And then we're just going to peel like this. Does anyone have more jokes for me?
I have a joke for you.
Let's hear it.
Why can't wizards fish?
Why?
They can only cast spells.
That's good. Okay, so that's kind of how it looks. So it looks like a broomstick like that. You can make it, you can peel it more. It's just my cheese for some reason is like acting up and it's breaking. So I'm trying to be very careful with it. But that's how it looks. And then if you have chives, these are optional. These are what the chives look like. So they're really long. So we're just gonna cut a tiny piece. That. And then you can put it right here, and we're just gonna tie a knot. Oh, I think I cut it too small. I'm gonna do another one. How are you girls doing? Give me a thumbs up if you girls are almost done. We're gonna make 3 of these, but I'm only gonna show 1. Okay. All right, and this is what the final result looks like. Isn't this cute? It looks just like a mini broom. Okay, you can move on to your next broom if you would like, or you can eat this broom. It's totally up to you. Either way, they're really cute and yummy. I hope you like them. Now you can keep working on this snack activity while we move into our next segment. Okay, my fellow wizards, thank you for learning about flying brooms and for making a broom snack with me. It's time for me to hand you off to my Girl Scout wizard, Draco Malfoy.
Thank you, Grinda. Hello, my fellow wizards. My name is Draco Malfoy, and I'm excited that you are here to enjoy our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizard paint party. Next, we are going to make a wizard wand. Let's get our materials ready. Get your painted 12-inch stick, but your stick doesn't have to be painted, just saying. Yarn, that should be 3 different colors, or same color if you want. A glue stick, ribbon, and your star printed out, which should already be cut out. You can also have glitter, jewels, beads, and glitter glue if you want those. Those are optional and are up to you if you want them or not. We are going to take our stick and our yarn. So let me take my background off so it's easier for you guys to see what I am doing. There we go. Hi. So we have our stick, and then we're going to get our 3 pieces of yarn. So I have like a little red yarn, and which changes colors. And then I have a purple piece of yarn. Oops, I dropped that. And then a white piece of yarn. Well, yarn. So now we get all the ends lined up with each other. Let me get the purple piece. So now they are all relatively lined up. And then we're going to make a knot with where all these 3 line up. So it's just a simple knot that your parent can help you with, or a trusted adult. It's just a simple knot. You could do any form of knot that you know of that would hold. I'm just doing a simple knot that I know of. And then we are going to grab our stick. So I'll wait a few seconds. If anyone wants to tell me a joke while you guys get your materials and your yarn pieces and tie them up. So make sure all 3 yarn pieces are tied up at the very end. And you could have however long of the end string you want. I made mine pretty long, so I might cut it. I'll just cut it a little bit. Here we go. Here is my piece. So does anyone have a joke for me?
I have a joke for you.
Ooh, what is it?
Who was the most famous wizard detective?
I don't know.
Warlock Holmes.
Oh, that one's so good. I like that one. And you guys could send us jokes if you want in chat. Okay, So now we get our stick, and we're just going to get about 2 inches at the end for our handle, and then put our string. We're going to wrap around our string end. So it's a little difficult at first when you try to hold it. So I find it easier to put my thumb right where the knot is and just lay it flat or to the side where my stick is. And then just wrap it around once. So it's like a little crossover, and I'll do it again. You lay your string flat, and then you just wrap around once. It could be any way, just try and have your stick hold down, your yarn hold down. So what we're going to do is wrap our string around the stick. And it might be easier if you guys someone just asked me if I could pin my video. And what you do is you go to the top right corner where there's the word view, and then you press speaker. So where I would be the full screen. So it'd be speaker mode. So again, we have our stick, and we're wrapping our string around here. So now what you do is you just go around a few times. So we want it to be like 3 inches about for how long. You just twist your stick around to have your string just wrap around the stick. And I think this is 3 inches about. So if anyone has any jokes for me, do you guys want to tell me? Any jokes?
I have another joke for you.
Ooh, what is it?
What did the wizard say to the twin witches?
I don't know.
Which witch is which witch?
That one's a good one. The play of words. Okay, so now that we have, make sure your yarn covers 3 inches of your stick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tie it at the end. So, I'm just getting jokes in the chat. So we have our string. We're going to have a knot, so we're going to have to cut it. Oops, threw some string at myself. So I'm just going to make my end string pretty long so I could have a good hold on the string so that I could tie it. So now we're going to make a really large loop, and we're going to hold a piece of the string with our thumb so that we have a large loop. And then we're going to go down, well, not down, but like, and then make another simple knot and put it through the large string that we have and just pull. So now we have another knot at the end. So I'll do it again. So I can have 2 knots. So we're gonna hold the string with our thumb, a large knot. Oh, somebody got lost. Okay, so what we're doing is we tie a knot at the end with our 3 strings, and then we just wrap it around our stick about like 3 inches. And then we are making another knot at this end where you hold your thumb out for the string to hold. And then you just do another knot where you go through the string, pull, then you pull again. And you can only do one knot. I'm just doing it twice for everyone. So now you have a knot at the end. And you could cut it however short you want. I think I'm gonna make the end string pretty short. So I'm just gonna cut it. So now here is my handle. Magic wand. And then next, what we're going to do is getting our ribbon. So I'm gonna wait a few seconds for everyone to catch up. So if anyone has a joke for me, go ahead and tell me.
I have a joke.
Ooh, what is it?
What subject do they teach at wizarding school?
I don't know.
Spelling.
That was so silly. Do we have another joke?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
What's the first thing a wizard does in the morning?
I don't know.
They wake up.
Oh, everyone wakes up, of course. That makes sense. Okay, so let me repeat all my steps again. So we made a knot at the end with all of our string, and then we just wrapped it around to here, where we made another knot. So now we have our handle. Abracadabra. So now we have our ribbon, and we're going to be like making a little bow at the end. So I'm going to cut my ribbon again. It could be however long you want. So I made mine pretty long. And of course, we could just cut off excess. And right above the knot that we just made, we're going to make a bow. So we gotta make sure our ribbon is even on both sides, that we have it on. Even. So how I make a knot, you guys might make it differently, but you just tie it at the end, like tie it on the object that you want. I'm gonna move my ribbon a little bit up. So now we have this, and it's like tying your shoe. Yeah, so I do 2 bunny ears, what I usually do, and then just loop them together. And the one goes to the bunny hole. And there's my ribbon. I think this is a good length. Yeah. So, well, everyone does that. Does anyone have a joke for me?
I got a joke in the chat.
What is it?
It's from Hermione CA. What's one thing Harry has that Voldemort doesn't?
I don't know.
A nose.
Oh, that one's good. I have some jokes in my chat. Why does the frog turn into a prince? There's no Neville to stop him. Oh, I see what you did there. Wow. Okay. So I'll review all the steps again for those who might be lost still. So we have a knot at the end, and then we wrapped it around about 3 inches, and then we made another knot here. So we have our handle, and then we did a little bow. And now we are going to get our star cutouts, and we're going to glue it at the top. So we're gonna have, so what we're going to do is just have them on both sides at the top of our stick. So we're just going to glue the inside part. So I'm just going to glue the whole inside part, which I colored mine a little more because I like my colorful or color. So you guys, the inside part should be white. So we're just gonna put your glue stick all over the inside part of our star. So as we're doing this, does anyone have a joke?
I have a joke.
What is it?
Why did the Dark Lord cross the road?
Why?
Because Potter couldn't stop him.
Oh, so good. One more joke.
I have a joke for you.
Ooh, what is it?
What do you call the entrance to a magical gym?
I don't know.
The Dumbledore.
Oh, so funny. Okay, so now both of our stars inside should be glued. What we're going to do, you might have an adult help, and to hold up your stick, I'm just going to use my knees to hold up my stick for me. And then just put your star together at the top. So the glue is facing inward. And then just press on the star. You might have to move it a little bit. Make sure press down hard for our glue to work. So now we have our wand. Does everyone like it? Everyone want to show their wand off? Looks good, right? Do you guys enjoy your wand? So, how's everyone doing? I'll give it a few more seconds to finish up. And you guys can add accessories if you want and glue. But we're going to have to move on. But it looks amazing, everyone. So, my fellow, and don't worry if you're not done. You guys can finish it later or just continue working on it now. But it looks amazing, guys. And thank you for making a wizard wand with me. And it's time for me to hand you off to Professor Snape.
Thank you, Draco. Hello, my fellow wizards. My name is Professor Snape, and I'm excited that you are here to enjoy our Girl Scout Wonders of Wizarding paint party. We have one last thing to do before we start painting. We are going to make a butter beer float. Butter beer was a popular wizarding beverage described to taste like butterscotch in the Harry Potter books and movies. It was served at numerous locations in the wizarding world. Students of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry would often buy it when visiting Hogsmeade. Let's get our materials. 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, 1 can chilled cream soda or root beer, butterscotch syrup, whipped cream, and a glass. Are you getting your ice cream out of the freezer and putting 2 scoops in your glass? Let's see. You're gonna get your ice cream, and you're gonna put 2 scoops into a clear glass. Just like this. Does anyone have a joke for me?
I have a joke for you.
What is it?
What do you call 2 Quidditch players that share a dorm?
What?
Broommates.
That's awesome.
I have a joke. What is the first thing a wizard does when he wakes up?
What?
Oh wait, never mind. I just butchered the whole joke. Hold on, I have to get a new one. What kind of wizard can jump higher than a mountain?
What?
All of them. Mountains don't jump.
You're right. Okay, wizards, once you have your ice cube in your glass, go ahead and open up your can of soda. Slowly pour your soda so that your glass is filled almost to the top, but not all the way to the top. So almost to the top, but not all the way. Okay. Once you have done that, you're going to get your whipped cream and put it on top of your glass, like this. Like that. Look at that. It's that beautiful. It looks so yummy. I can't wait to try this. Last, you're going to take your butterscotch syrup and you're going to put it on top. Like this. I can't wait to eat it. What about you guys? Okay, my fellow wizards, thank you for making butterbeer with me. Go ahead and enjoy that as we paint with Miss Chamika. Let me hand you off to my Girl Scout wizard, Hedwig.
Thank you, Professor Snape. Hello, my fellow wizards. We are ready to paint. Everyone should have their painting materials as we sent the material list ahead of time. You should also have received your pre-sketch and transferred those to your canvas. We not only have to prepare by getting the right materials, we have to prepare a space so we don't permanently damage anything in your home. You all should have covered your table or space. A drop cloth, big garbage bag, plastic tablecloth, or even newspaper will do. We also want you to protect your clothes, so hopefully you all have paint clothes on, or maybe a painter's smock. In a pinch, you can cut a hole in a garbage bag for your head and arms, with the help of a safe adult, of course. That will work too. Okay, let's get our materials. You're going to need your pre-sketch canvas, acrylic paints, paint brushes, a paint palette, aka your paper plate, plastic cups with water, and paper towels. Okay, everyone should be ready. Okay, girls, it's my great pleasure to introduce you to our artist and our painting instructor, Miss Chamika Sparks. Miss Chamika is a mother, Girl Scout leader, artist, and avid traveler. Welcome, Miss Chamika.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. How's everybody doing today? It looks like you're all enjoying your butter beer and your different wizard treats and crafts. So I'm really excited about this painting that we're going to be doing. So now that you have your art supplies ready to go and your paint supplies, I want us to, yes, troop 118063. Yes, you can have a minute to catch up. I'm just going to give a few instructions. And hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm just going to give a few instructions before we get started. So you all have your set of acrylic paint brushes and you have your set of acrylic paints. We are actually going to be we're going to start with our background because that's what's going to take the longest time to dry. So if you can, and don't worry if you're, moving your craft supplies around or moving your treats and things like that. Go ahead and grab your widest brush for me. That's going to be your 5/8 brush. Let me see where my camera is at. Here we go. Okay. Alexa M, do you have a question? Okay, you're still muted there.
Miss Jamika,
Yes.
they're not able to unmute, so if they have any questions, they can just send it to us in the chat and we'll let you know.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so yes, if you have any questions, please type those to your designated seniors on the Zoom and they will let me know. Okay, thank you. Hold on just a second. Let me do that. How's that? Okay, thank you. I didn't notice that. Okay. Okay, so if you look at your Zoom, your chat, okay, if you look in the very bottom toolbar, you will see a square with a little piece hanging down and the words chat. If you click on that, you will be able to type in there to your designated seniors. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started with our background. First things first, go ahead and get your darkest blue. You should have two blues in your paint set. One is a light blue and one is a dark blue. Let's see, my face does look a little. Okay, so one is a light blue and one is a dark blue. So you want to go ahead and get that, get your darker blue there. And okay, also your hand might be raised from the previous portion. You can go ahead and take that off unless you have a question about the painting. And if you do, just let one of the seniors know and we will get you all ready to go. So I started painting the bottom part of my owl just to get ready for that. But we are going to be doing the background. Let me take my background off. Hold on a second. Okay, so we're going to be starting with our sketch. The first thing we're going to be doing is painting the blue background around our wizard owl and around the sun. So we're going to be using our widest brush, painting the blue base background all around the owl, not including the fence that he's standing on. So go ahead and grab your widest paintbrush, which will be your 5/8 brush, and get your darkest blue onto your paint palette. Okay. And here's what we're going to do. If you look at our owl, you can see that owl is holding a wizard's wand and it has a scarf. We're not going to be painting over the wizard wand. We're going to leave that as a space. So first things first, okay, you're going to start right next to the outline of the owl's body with your blue paint going that way. Can everybody see that? We're going to go all around the owl, around his wand, around his hat, around the space under the sun, and around his scarf. We're going to paint all of the blue background on the owl. Feel free to let your seniors know if you have a question. This is all we're doing right now. So for those of you that are needed a few minutes to catch up, that's all we're doing right now is with our widest brush and our darkest blue within our acrylic paint set, we're painting the background. I will say for the finished product, as you guys saw on the flyer for this event, it does have a big sun and or kind of a golden moon and stars in the background. We are not painting that on just yet. That's actually why we're starting with the background first, is so that once this dries, we'll be able to come back in with a very fine brush at the end and put in those gold dots that are going to be our stars. So let's go ahead and do our background painting. Okay. One thing that's very important here for those of you that are beginner painters, lots of times when you paint, it doesn't always matter the direction that your paintbrush goes in, because when it dries, it's all going to be a painted surface anyway. But I will say for this one, you want to paint from left to right and not top to bottom. Okay, because you're going next to the owl and pulling to the edge, next to the owl and pulling to the edge on both sides all around. So just be sure that you're doing those horizontal movements. Also, if by chance you accidentally slip a little bit of the blue onto the owl's body, have no fear. That's what your paper towels are for. If you accidentally get a little bit of the blue paint on the inside of the owl, we're just going to take our paper towel, dab it in water, squeeze it out, and rub any of that blue out. But when we come back and we paint the detail of the owl, we'll be able to cover that up just fine. Okay. Okay, so the sketch that we're using for today is the wizard owl with the moon and the stars in the background. If the sketch that you're using doesn't have the moon, don't worry, we'll be adding that into it. And really, it's just the top left space that we'll need to add the moon to. And then the stars are actually painted on top of the background. So if the owl sketch that you have doesn't include the moon and the stars, we will be able to add it. How is everybody doing thus far with painting our background? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay. This is just the basis of it. We're going to be using a few different brushes during this painting event. We're going to be using our very wide brush, but as you may have already guessed, we're going to need our smaller brushes for the details in the wand, the scarf, and around the eyes. So I say all that to say, if you're not able to get right next to the wand because you're using a big wide brush, don't worry about it. Do what you can, and then we'll come back with a smaller brush if we need to get the details. Okay, so we are just to recap for those that are just now catching up with the painting portion, we are using our large wide brush, which would be your 5/8 brush or your wide flat brush. Okay. Okay, so hold on a second. me show you what. Here's what I've got thus far. Okay. I am painting the background, the midnight blue background on my owl. That's what we're doing right now. We're not doing any of the detail just yet. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat those instructions for anybody that is just now catching up to the point that we're at. The only thing we're doing right now, so if you see everybody's head kind of down and painting and you're wondering what step we're on, we are only painting the blue background around our wizard owl. That's all we're doing. The reason why we're starting with the background is because we want it to have time to dry before we add our stars. So we're doing that first. Turn that around. Okay, so was everybody able to find their darkest blue? Very good, very good. Okay. Hedwig, California, it looks like Alexa M has a question. All righty, so there are two big sections that we're going to be doing with our wide brush today. The first is the midnight blue background, and the second is going to be the fence. So once we have this background done, we're going to wash off our brush and we're going to move to the fence. Okay. Okay, so for the most part, no worries. The fence would be, let me get my sketch. Okay. When I say fence, I mean the base that the owl is sitting on in your original sketch. That's the quote unquote fence. You could say the fence or the stand or the table. That's what I'm referencing as a fence. Okay. So if you need to, and I'm actually getting ready to do that here, is you might need to switch to a smaller brush to get close to the hat, get the section in between the hat near the wand. If you need to do that, that's fine. I actually need to do that right now too, because I'll show you some of the spaces here. Okay. Some of the spaces are, sorry, I didn't mean to, meant to take off the background. Some of the spaces are too small for me to get into without a smaller brush. So I am going to be switching. I am going to be switching to this brush, which is my brush number 4. That will allow me to get into the small crease here between the side of the hat and the wand it will also allow me to get into the cap area without going too far over. And it will lastly allow me to go around the top of the moon. So if you need to get a smaller brush to take this same background paint and get into the small areas, please do. The very bottom part is going to be a deep dark red, but we haven't gotten to that yet. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and continue with our base. I'll tell you a secret with painting around the wand. Don't worry if you can't get in between each of those kind of hairy points at the edge of the wand. Don't worry about that, because when we come through with the brown and the white, it's going to fill in and it's going to look very waspy. So if your area there has a lot of blank canvas space, don't worry, we're going to end up filling all of that in. I'm just trying to get in between where the scarf is and the owl's body. I'm working on getting the background there. Also on the other side of the scarf. Okay, I'm really having to get into the details with my smaller brush. If you don't have dark red, we're actually going to be making dark red with 2 colors from our kit. So no worries there. I know the red that comes in the kit is a very bright red. Yeah, if the color red that you have is only like the red, the color of my apron, that's fine. That's actually the same color red that I have. It's very bright. But when we mix that with our burnt sienna, we are actually able to get that deep brick red undertone. So you are on the right track. Okay, so guys, we have moved on from our wide flat brush, and many of you should have switched to a more narrow brush to be able to get your background up close with the fine details. The only way you're going to be able to get really close to the scarf, in between the hat and the moon, in between the crease of the hat and the wand, is with a really small brush that you can do that detail with. And that's going to be your brush number 4. Just go smooth and steady, smooth and steady. Okay. It's going to look so nice when we're done with this part. You'll see how it'll all come together. Okay. You will see how it will all come together. Let's see here. No, we're still doing the blue. We are still doing the blue. Okay. So the only thing that we're doing right now, just to make sure everybody's on the same page, the only thing that we're working on right now is the blue background for the owl. We haven't moved on to the fence or anything else. Now, I did paint my fence, part of it, just to make sure I had the color combination correct, but we have not moved on to that. So if you are still painting the background, okay, if you're done with the blue, that's fine. Just hold on to it and let's wait for everybody to catch up. Okay. Also, if you are already finished with the blue, go ahead and make, very nice, Caitlin R. Go ahead and make sure that you have your sides, top and bottom of your canvas painted as well. Let me repeat that. If you have already finished painting the blue background onto your canvas, go ahead and make sure that you have the sides of your canvas also painted in blue, so that when you hang this masterpiece up, all of your canvas is complete. Okay. Okay, so if you want to move on to the next step, you can. I'm just giving everybody a few more minutes. And I actually, believe it or not, ran out of blue. I've got to refill my canvas really quick. Okay. We want to make sure that that blue is completely filled in. And we're actually coming back with some white. So if you are finished with the blue, hold on for the next instructions. Okay, so I am finishing up with the blue background. Whether you have used a combination of your large wide brush with a smaller brush to get the details. I couldn't imagine that anyone was able to get the details without a smaller brush, but if you were, that's fine too. Okay. So when you're done, we're going to take a minute and we're going to use that same large wide brush and we're going to come in with some white to highlight the sides and the background of the owl. And let me stop for a moment and show you where I'm at. Hold on a second. Okay, so I have, now don't worry about the bottom on mine right now. I have all of the blue background of the owl. I have that all filled in. Okay. Now, our next step is actually going to be adding some white to the top of this on the side. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. All right, some of you look confused, so let me move back and make sure that everybody's on the same page before we move forward to the next step. Okay, all we have done thus far is we have painted the blue background. This is of the darker of your two blues. We've painted the blue background of our wizard owl. That is all we have done thus far. Let me hold mine back up. Okay, that is all that we have done. For those of you that were finished sooner, I said to go ahead and paint the sides of your canvas, the two sides and the top, so that when you hang this up, it's complete. So I'll give everybody another minute or two to finish that. And for those that are already done, go ahead and get your white paint onto your canvas, go ahead and get your white paint onto your palette. because we're going to bring in a little bit of white. And I'm also going to teach you a very, very cool trick. Don't worry about washing your brush. Okay, Dumbledore has a question. Go ahead and ask that to Hedwig, California. She was the one leading some of the activities. Okay.
How can I help you?
Okay, Dumbledore has a question.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can send them directly to me.
Okay, send them directly to Ginny Weasley. Okay, so I am going to repeat something for everyone to hopefully get everyone picked up and onto the same page with the painting. Okay, the only thing that we have done thus far is painted the background, the blue background of the Wizard Owl painting. We haven't done anything else. We have not moved on to the fence. We have not begun painting the details on the owl. We have only painted the background. So if you have done that part, if you have painted the blue background, you are fine. And we'll be finished this at 3:50.
Okay, I have a few questions that were sent to me.
Uh-huh.
Someone asked, where does the white go?
Okay, the white is going to go on top of the blue, but we haven't done that exactly just yet. That's where the white's going to go.
Okay, and then another question is, someone asked if you could have your background not shaded. It's really hard to see the picture.
Yes, I can do that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Let me switch around really quick. Hold on a second. Give me just a second. I'm switching it around.
Well, as Mr. Shamika is changing something, we could tell a few jokes. So I have a joke. What subject do they teach at wizard school?
What?
Spelling.
That's
It's
funny.
always funny. And then another joke is, what kind of joke do I want to tell? Here we go. What did Ron Weasley say when Harry found his missing wand?
What?
That's wonderful.
I love that one.
So fun. And then, what do you call a wizard who's good at calculus?
I don't know. What?
A math magician.
I love that.
What do you use at Hogwarts to read PDFs?
Oh. I don't know. What?
Adobe.
I really like that one. That's funny.
I got one from Luna Lovegood. What? Whoop. The chat disappeared. What does the owl say to the owl? Wait, what does the wizard say to the owl?
What?
Get owl here.
It's a good one.
And then I got one from the Gryffindor. I don't know what the rest is, but what do bats use to communicate?
What?
Google Hangouts.
It's funny. Does Hermione Granger, do you have a joke for Draco?
Yes, I do. What do you get if you cross a wizard within a blizzard?
What?
A cold spell.
Oh, that one's so good. I got one from Troop 7302. What do people use to cover their heads?
I don't know what.
Head wigs.
That was a good one.
That was a good joke. I like that one.
I have a joke.
What is it?
What's the problem with twin witches?
I don't know.
You can never tell which is which.
That one's funny. I like that one.
Okay. So am I okay? Am I okay?
You're all
Hedgewood?
good. Your camera's
Okay.
working. It looks amazing.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. We have our blue background done. And now we're going to come in with the white, but we're only doing the white on the wand side of the owl. Let me show you what I mean. So with your same wide flat brush, okay, you're going to, and you don't have to worry about really washing it off. Just make sure it's dry. And you're going to come in and just along the side of the owl, and it's okay that the blue paint is still drying. We're just going to stretch that white paint on the blue so that it makes it a little bit light on that side. You need very, 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 very little paint. Okay, I actually have, okay. So mine is a little bit dry, so I'm gonna add some water. So let me just repeat that. You're going to take a little bit of white paint onto the blue that you just painted just to highlight the one side of the owl. Okay. We just want to do it very, 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 very gently. Just a little bit of white. Okay. So it should kind of, okay. You see mine there? It's just a little bit of a lighter blue on the one side of the owl. Okay. So it's a little bit of white coming right up to the edge of the owl's body on top of the midnight blue. Very, very little white. Sure, absolutely. You're going to take your wide flat brush. You're going to put very little white on the tip. And you're going to apply that on the wand side. So the side that the wand is on. Okay. You're going to apply just a little bit of white paint to lighten the one side. And that basically highlights our owl there. Okay. That's all we're doing for that part. So let me repeat that. Very little white on your brush, painted only on the wand side of the owl. You're going to come close to the body and then draw that out. So it's from here to here, just that small space from here to here, from the owl's body to the edge of the canvas. Luna and Tonks looks very good. Okay. Dumbledore, very good. Okay. So when you're done with that, let me click through and see where everybody's at. Bug Quail, very good. Harry Potter, Michigan, very good. Hermione, very good. Or Hermione, very good. Addie the Wizard SC, very good. Billy Ray, very good. Hermione Granger SC, very good. Luna Lovegood, very good. Hermione, very good. Hermione Inguez, very good. Kayana, very good. Luna Lovegood, very good. Voldemort, very good. Hermione Texas, very good. Christie's iPad, very good. Okay. Hagrid Washington, very good. Ella, very good. Tessa 40337, very good. Dumbledore, very good. Michaela Troop 22266, very good. Omnius Ohio Peppa Pig, very good. Lori Peterson, very good. Dobie, very good. Okay. Everybody is doing a fantastic job. So all we did was that background. Okay, Lulu, very good. Okay. You guys did fantastic with that. Now we're going to move on to the fence. Okay. When I say fence, I mean what the owl is standing on. Okay. So it's not like an actual, I kind of look at it like a wooden fence. So here's what we're going to do next. Go ahead and put your wide brush. We need to go ahead and wash that off. So get your water and your paper towels. Go ahead and clean your brush. And we're going to make the brick red color that the owl is sitting on. We're going to go ahead and make that. When we get done painting this fence, then we're going to move on to the details of the owl. Okay. My brush looks nice and clean. Got my paper towels. Okay. Now we definitely want the brush to be clean for our next use because we don't want the colors to blend. Okay. All right. So let's talk about paint colors. Let's talk about mixing colors. So the fence that our owl is sitting on is more of a brick red than it is a bright red. Within your acrylic paint kit, you should have a bright red tube of paint, and you should also have 2 shades of brown. One is going to be a lighter shade and one is going to be a darker shade. You want to take your darker shade of brown and mix that in with the bright red. Okay. Let me show you mine once it is mixed. Okay. So this is what my bright red and my burnt sienna mixed together comes out to. So go ahead and grab your bright red. You're going to squeeze that onto your foam plate or your painter's palette. And then, yes, Harmonies, you have the right color. So now, after you squeeze the bright red onto your palette, then you're going to add your dark brown. Okay. Bright red, dark brown, you're going to combine that together. Okay. So here's what we're doing. We're mixing bright red and dark brown on our painter's palette. We're combining that color and it's getting us a brick red. Mine actually needs to be mixed just a little bit more. Someone said in the chat that they did not have a dark red in their kit, that they only had a bright red, like the color of my apron. That's exactly what I'm using too. Okay, you're going to start with that bright red. You're going to mix it with your brown, which is your burnt sienna, and that's going to give you more like a brick red tone. Okay. Pansy, Florida, you have it exactly correct. So once you have that brick red color, go ahead and paint the bottom fence where the owl is sitting. Yes, you can start. Once you have your colors blended, your bright red and your brown color, okay, and you've combined those, you can go ahead and start painting. Okay, and has anybody noticed what we're doing here? The technique that we're doing all of our wide spaces first. Here's why. We want those areas to dry so that we can come back and put detail on them. Being that those are the areas with the most amount of paint, if we don't paint them first, they're not going to be dry in time. So we've painted our blue background. Now we're working on our fence. I guess I keep calling it a fence because I'm picturing this owl. I'm picturing this wizard owl like in the backyard, just propped up on the fence with his wands. And I'm picturing that I'm looking out in my backyard and I see him there in the middle of the night. So picture what the owl is standing on as a fence, a wooden fence. We will paint the lines that are on the bottom after the brick red is on. So the lines that you have, you can either paint around them and then we'll fill them in, or you can paint on top of them. I'm actually painting on top of them because I know that it's just going to be 4 or 5 curved lines when I get across the bottom. So if you end up painting across the lines that you traced, that's fine. Okay, so I combined my bright red and my burnt sienna, which is my darker of the 2 browns, and I made this brick red color. I'm completely painting this and filling this in with my wide paintbrush. Okay. Yes, you can start. And yes, you can paint over the lines that are on the bottom. Okay. So we have those lines there. And we're fine to paint over them. Some things in painting, okay, sometimes when we're doing a painting like this, there are things that need to be very exact, like the owl's glasses, like the owl's wand. But when it comes to painting this fence, and when it comes to the lines of detail that we're going to add, those don't have to be exact. Very nice, Bug Quail. That looks awesome. Okay, so just to recap, we have blended our bright red and we have blended we blended that with burnt sienna and painted the bottom. Hagrid, Ohio, very good. I'm going to click through here. Haley Hermione, very good. Luna Washington, very good. Luna Lovegood, Michigan, very good. Billy Ray, very good. Hermione, very good. Okay, you guys are doing fantastic. Dumbledore, Colorado, very good. Dumbledore, Michigan, very good. Dumbledore, very good. Alexa M, very good. Addie the Wizard SC, very good. Caitlin R, very good. Okay, Dumbledore, Virginia, very good. All right, I'm just clicking through here. And as I see your painting, Dumbledore, very good. Valdemar, and very good. Dobie, very good. Addie the Wizard SC, very good. And there's another Dumbledore, very good. Olivia C, very good. Dumbledore, Illinois, very good. Josie Luna, Texas, very good. Okay. Great job. Great job. Okay. Hermione, Ohio, very good. Wizard Sisters, very good. Christie's iPad, very good. Hermione, Arizona, very good. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so looks like everybody is mostly finished with painting the fence, and that is perfect. So what we're going to do now, we have that part done. Let's go ahead and start painting the wizard himself so that we have that completely done. Okay, go ahead and you want to grab your medium brush that we used earlier to paint the detail of the blue. Now we're going to use that to paint the white of the wizard owl. We're getting ready to paint the wizard owl. Let's see here. Okay, awesome. Yes, we might be running a little bit over. Okay, so let's go ahead and we want to go ahead and start painting the wizard owl. You are going to need a very clean brush. So take an extra minute to make sure that the brush that you're using is clean. Why do I say that? The reason why I'm saying that is because we don't want this brush to drag any color on our owl. The owl itself, the white, the feathers, we want to make sure that this is done just right. So if you need to take an extra minute to wash your brush, okay? Okay. So let me slow down a bit. Okay. Let me slow down. Right now, everyone is washing their brush because we are getting ready to paint the owl. We have not only painted the midnight background, we've also painted the fence. We will come back and we will add the lines of detail on the fence, but we're not doing it right now. The next bit of painting we're going to do is we're going to paint the owl. There's not an alternative color to the white other than, do you have a gray or a light tan maybe? Okay. Here's another option. If you don't have white, you could leave the owl, blank, and we can just do the black outline of the owl, the wand, and the scarf. So if you don't have white to paint the owl, we can do all of the other detail that he has. Let me grab my finished product and bring that over. Okay, so here, the part that we're going to paint white is going to be the owl's body, okay, from his neck down and around his face. That's what we're going to paint white on the owl. Let me bring it closer. Okay. Isn't he a cute owl? He's a cute owl. So if you have white paint, you're going to go ahead and paint under his scarf, his belly, his arm, okay? You're going to paint everything outside of the wand and the scarf on Mr. Owl. If you don't have white paint, yeah, it's super cute. If you don't have white paint, you can go ahead and paint Mr. Owl's scarf and glasses. You can paint the other detail. So for those of you that do have white paint, go ahead and paint Mr. Owl under his scarf, his face, and his little hands, if you have white paint, okay? If you don't have white paint, go ahead and paint Mr. Owl's scarf. What would you mix? We don't have any colors to mix in this section. So Mr. Owl's scarf is actually just a orange and red, directly as you have them. So if you have white paint, you're going to go ahead and paint his body. And if you don't have white paint, go ahead and paint his scarf. The scarf is red and orange. Okay. So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint my Mr. Owl. I'm going to paint his body under his scarf, and I'm going to paint his face. If you have white paint, go ahead and do that. And if you don't have white paint, go ahead and paint his scarf. Every other section of his scarf is orange, and every other section, yes, you can go over your sketches for his arms. You can go over the sketches. Now, the cool thing about what we're doing here with the white paint is different than the other sections of this painting, where when we painted it, you couldn't see your sketch lines anymore. With the white paint, you will be able to see where your sketch line was. Great question. No, you do not want to paint the wizard wand. We want to leave that as it is. So paint around it, and that's why we're using a smaller brush, so that we can get close to the wizard wand without going over it. If you're done with the white, go ahead and start working on the scarf. Okay, the scarf is red, bright red, and orange. So if you're done with the white, go ahead and work on the scarf. Okay, and I am just working on the body of my owl. You don't have to do the colors of the scarf the same colors as the image. If you want to change, if you want to personalize the scarf, you can. The scarf that was on the flyer is orange and red, but if you want to change it and personalize it, you can absolutely do that. Can you paint the tummy of the owl? Yes, you can. And that's actually what I'm doing, because after I get done painting the tummy of the owl, I'm going to come back through with some detail, and so are you. And believe it or not, we're going to do a shadowing technique with the feathers on the owl's stomach. Okay. That's totally fine. If you painted the scarf yellow and black, that's fine. Yes, you can paint over the sketch lines with black. Yes, and that's what we'll be doing. We will be painting over the sketch lines with black. Let me clarify. We will be painting over the sketch lines on the outside of the owl in black, and on the outside of his hat in black. So yes, I'm saving that part for the end. Yes, you can paint the face, but when you paint the face, only paint the inside of the glasses and around his beak. Leave the other parts blank so that you're able to add that detail. Let me share that again. Okay. if you're going to paint the face, paint around the beak and around the glasses, because you really want his eyes, his glasses, and his beak to stand out on his face. And I have to tell you, of all the paintings that I have done in all of the painted glasses, this one is hands down my favorite. This owl is so cute. When my girls were little, I had bought some owl sheets for them that had pink and blue owls on them. And one day they said to me, Mama, can you make us owl pillows? And I thought, I don't know how to make owl pillows, but I told them I could. And I ended up making them owl pillows. And then owls were our thing for like years. So whenever Miss Jennifer and I were talking about the design for this event, and I saw this owl, I just fell in love with it. It's super cute. Super, super cute. Okay, so the colors that you're going to do the scarf when you're done with the owl are you're going to alternate red and orange. Okay, and the red that you're going to use, if you want to use these colors, if you want to personalize it, that's fine. But this is the bright red that you have, and this is the bright orange that you have. And you don't have to mix any colors to be able to get that combination. Yes, you can paint the scarf when you're done with the owl. Yes, you can paint the face of the owl. Like I said before, you can paint the face of the owl. Just leave the beak. Okay. And leave the rim for the glasses. These glasses are cute too. Okay, so here are the steps. If you're done painting the owl, go ahead and work on the scarf. If you don't have white in your set of paints, go ahead and paint the scarf. Okay. So just so that everybody's on the same page, we are painting all of the white on the owl, and then we're painting his scarf. Make sure when you're painting the white on the owl, make sure that you're remembering the feathers that are on the side of his face and the sides of his body. Side of his face for the feathers and the sides of his body. Okay. And don't forget that little feather finger that is coming across the wand. Let me show you guys that on the finished product. Okay, when you're painting the hand or the feather fingers, just remember he has one going across on the wand. So this owl, the body of this owl happens in 2 steps. Number 1, we paint on the base of the white. Then you're going to paint the scarf. Okay, and I'm going to give everybody time to do that before we move on to what's next, because I don't want to go too fast for any of you. And I've got to get a little bit more detail. On my owl here, around the eyes. Take your time with this. There's no rush. We want to make sure that everybody gets to complete their masterpiece. Okay, if you are already done with the owl, painting the white on the owl, painting the owl's scarf, if you're done with those 2 things, you can go ahead and paint the hat brown. you paint the hat the lighter brown that you have. Let me repeat that. If you've already painted your owl's body white, and you've already painted his scarf, whatever colors you choose, for the sample, we have a red and orange combination. If you've painted the owl and you've painted the scarf, you can go ahead and paint the hat, which is going to be the lighter of the two browns. Let me type that in the chat for everybody, because I know that some of you are may not be there yet. Hold on a second. Painted the owl white. Okay. If you have painted the owl white and his scarf red and orange, you can go ahead and paint his hat the lighter of the two browns that you have in your kit. Okay. Someone said they think that they may have messed up. Let me click through so that I can see. Addie the Wizard looks awesome. Okay, I don't see the one who thinks that they messed up, but everyone's that I can see looks really good thus far. Okay, so guys, just go ahead. Okay, I think I see it. Nope, everybody's looks good. Billy Ray, very good. Okay, if you're done with the hat, go ahead and paint the wand the same color that you painted the hat. Wizard and Texas, very good. Okay, if you've painted the hat, paint the wand the same color, please. You have one brown, that's fine. Use the brown that you have. Okay, Tessa, let me click through because I don't see. Hold on, I'm going to try to get to your, Kiana, very good. I'm going to try to get to your screen so that I can see how to help you. Make sure that you're, okay. No, Tessa, yours still looks good. Yours still looks good. You have your background done. You have your fence done. You have your owl done. You have your scarf done. Now go ahead and paint your wizard's hat brown and paint his wand brown. You're doing great. You haven't messed up. Dobie OR, very good. Hermione Granger, South Carolina, very good. Luna Lovegood, Michigan, very good. Dobie OR, very good. All right. Billy Ray, very good. Adeline, very good. Dumbledore, Colorado, very good. Okay, and Dumbledore, Colorado, the way you're doing the scarf, that's exactly something you can do. You don't have to put the red and the orange on your palette and go back and forth when you paint the scarf. You can do all of the red spaces and leave a space in between each one. And then you can come back and do all of the orange spaces, or vice versa. You can do all of the orange spaces of the scarf and come back and do all of the red. Either one is fine. There's no right or wrong way. And that's the great thing about this. Hallie Hermona, California, very good. Hermine VB, very good. Wizard Sisters, very good. Yes, you can do, the stick wand is going to be the same color as the hat. Bug Quail, very good. Yep. So that's, like I was saying, that's the great thing about this. There's no, exactly right way to do it. When I painted the sample, I went and did all of the red spaces, and then I came back and did all of the orange spaces. Now that I'm doing it live during the class, I think I might probably dip the red, do the red, and dip the orange and do the orange. That's fine. Yes, you can do the glasses. Hermione, Ginny, Luna in Minnesota. Very good. Okay. Yes, you can do the glasses, but I will tell you this, okay? Wizard Sisters, very good. If you want to move on to the glasses, yes, you can see the sample again. Okay. If you want to move on to the glasses, for those of you that are done painting the owl white, the scarf, the hat, okay? And now you're ready to move on to final details. Okay, guys, this is only the stick. Yes. What? No. Christy, when you paint the wizard's wand, you are painting the stick and you're painting the ends of the stick. Okay? You're painting the stick and the ends. And that's actually the same color as the hat. What was I saying? Okay. So we painted the owl's body. We painted the scarf. We painted his hat, his or her hat. We painted the wand. The next thing that you're going to do is you're now going to put detail on the ends of the body. Let me show you again. You painted the owl white, you painted the scarf, you painted the hat. One thing you may not notice is this hat is actually outlined. So you want to outline your wizard's hat in either a black or a dark brown. I repeat, if you've painted the owl's body, you painted his scarf, you painted his wand, you painted his hat, your hat is actually going to be outlined in a dark brown or a black. Now, all of this time, we've been using a very wide brush. We've been using our wide flat brush. We've used a smaller brush that's rectangle. In order for you to paint the glasses and the outline on the hat and the outline on the body, you are going to need a very small, skinny brush. Hold on, let me type that in the comments. Do we color the sparks brown too? Yes, you do color the sparks brown too. And I will tell you, what I did to make my sparks look like they were alive was I painted the sparks brown and then I painted them a little bit white after I painted them brown. Okay. Yes, you can do the eyes. Okay. I'm getting a lot of questions. Can I do the glasses? Can I do the eyes? You can do the glasses and you can do the eyes. What I want you to be aware of though, is that you will need your smallest, skinniest brush in order for your lines to be really nice and clean. Coming around the glasses to give them that Harry Potter look, those Harry Potter glasses, you need a very skinny brush. So pick the skinniest, smallest brush you have. And I have one here. Okay. Okay. You want to pick the very skinniest brush that you have to then use that to do the lines and the detail around the glasses, the edge of the hat, and the body. Let me repeat that because you're using all the same paint right now. To do the glasses, okay, the outline of the hat, and the body, you're going to use the same brush and paint. Let me see if anybody has any questions. Let me click through. Okay, it's, oh, Harmony's finished. Very good. Yes, the 2/0 brush would be perfect. Long as you've got a very narrow, thin brush that you can get that detail, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So here's something really nice that we have. Okay, hold on a second. Yes. So the nice thing about what we're doing at this particular point in our painting is you're putting the detail on the eyes. Yes, you can make a circle instead of a small line. You can do that. We're putting the detail on the eyes and we're putting the detail around the body. After that, go back to my screen. Okay. Detail on the glasses, detail on the hat, which is just the outline, detail on the owl's body, and then before you wash off your brush, you just make some feather motions. That's all these feather motions are. All these feather motions are is our black, just a touch of black paint on top of where we painted white. Okay, those feather motions. Yes, you can do that. Okay. Harmony, Arizona, very good. Okay, so I'm seeing quite a few of you already finished with your owl. You have all the details on the owl. That is fantastic. Your final step, you guessed it. Your final step is painting your moon and adding your stars. That's it. So if you, and now it probably, and your signature. Yes. Yes, we want to do a signature. Okay, so let's listen to what the final steps are, because I see a lot of you are done with your owl. If you are done with your owl and you have painted his glasses on, you outlined his hat, you outlined his body, the owl's eyes are orange, black, and white. And actually, the orange color that you used in the scarf is the same color on the eyes. It doesn't look like it at first, but that orange color, I'll bring it even closer. So You have the orange, the black, and the white. That makes the eyes. Your final steps, if you've done all the detail on your wizard owl, your final steps are painting your moon, adding the stars, and your signature. Yes, you do outline the owl body in black. You do outline the owl body in black. Yes, you can see mine again. Okay, so I'm going to give everybody a few more minutes. Yes, you can definitely do that. Before you do that, I just want to say one more thing. I'm going to give everybody 2 more minutes to work on what they're working on. You can still work beyond that, but I want us to do the signature together before we sign off. Okay, so it's 4 o'clock, maybe like 3 minutes of jokes. And then at 4:03, I want us to do the signature together. And then if you need time to keep working, you can keep working. Okay.
Hey, Dobby, I have a joke for you.
What is it, Jenny?
Why can't, oh wait, no, I already did that one. What happens to Wizard when it rains?
I don't know. What?
They just get wet like everyone else.
That's a good one. Glinda, do you have a joke?
I do. Which of the wizard's friends was good at baseball?
I don't know. Which one?
The bat.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hermione, do you have a joke?
Yeah, I do. Why did the wizard boss take the day off?
Why?
He had his staff fill in.
I like that one. Draco Malfoy, do you have one? Draco Malfoy? Trisha? Do you have a joke?
I do. I have one from Rachel Jackson. And what do wizards do to their hair?
What?
Pony it up.
That's funny.
And then I also have one from Draco. Ew. What do you call a wizard that turns into an animal?
What?
A lizard.
That's funny.
I have a joke in the chat box from Nick, and it is, what's a wizard's favorite food for the beach?
What?
A sandwich.
I just got one. What is Harry Potter's favorite subject?
I don't know. What?
Pottery.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the signature together. If you are still working on portions of the painting, that's fine. You will be able to continue to do that. Like I said, there's no rush. But let's go ahead with the brush that we have just been using to outline the glasses and the hat and the owl's body. And let's go ahead and do a special signature today. Who would like to do that? I think that would be awesome. It'd be the perfect touch. Yes, and the fence lines. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and put the fence lines in. Thank you for that reminder. We're going to put the fence lines in, which are so super simple, and then we're going to do our signature. And this is all using the same brush, and you don't have to wash the brush out in order to do this. You don't have to wash your brush out. So go ahead and grab your super skinny brush that you're already using, dip that into your paint, and now to do the fence lines, okay? The fence lines are just curved lines facing down. Very simple. We start at the top, and then we just make a curved line going down. Kind of getting a glare. Hold on, let me try to do another one. And your paint that's on the bottom should be dry by now. Again, you grab your super skinny brush, your black or dark brown paint, and you just do a curved line going down. Super skinny brush, black or brown paint, curved line going down, and my lines do not go all the way down. Okay, it's okay if your camera's not working. Okay, so curved lines. Okay, let's get in the glare. There we go. There we can see it. Curved lines going all the way down. So just to recap, we just took our super skinny brush and our dark paint and we made our fence lines. Now we're going to do our signature. Well, okay, I see some of you doing the lines for the fence. Hold on just a moment. Yes, you can outline. Yes, you can do the red outline on the edge of the painted. Yes, that's Gia HTX, that's fine. If your camera's not working, it's fine. Just go ahead and do the next steps. All right, so let's take another minute to finish the lines for our fence. No, I didn't forget the stars. We're just taking a break and putting the signature in first, and then we will do the moon and the stars. But I want to make sure that the signature gets on there and has time to dry in case there's anybody that has to sign off. I want to make sure that they have that. Okay. All right, it's time to do our signature. Go ahead and grab your super skinny brush. And I'm going to tell you a trick. There's a couple of ways to do your signature. Number one, okay, is you can do your first initial and your last name. But when you go to sign your last name, whatever the last letter of your name is, whatever it is, it could be an A, it could be an S, whatever the last letter of your last name is, you're going to do your first initial, your last name, and in place of the last letter, you're just going to do a squiggly line. So for example, my name is Shamika Sparks. My first initial is a C. My last name is Sparks. So I'm going to do C, Sparks, and before I can write the S at the end of my last name, I'm just going to do a squiggly line. First initial, last name, and a squiggly line. Did everybody get that? My last name is 8 letters. Oh, yes, you could just do your initials. If you have a long last name, you could do your initials. That's fine. You can do that. That's totally fine. So you're going, everybody's doing their signature. Let me put my signature on mine. All right, so I'm going to do C dot Sparks. And this really skinny brush is perfect for this. SPRK S with a squiggly line at the end. Fancy. Okay. How's everybody's signature looking? So you can do your initials. You can do Harmony VP, very good. You can do your initials. You can do your first initial with your last name and a squiggly line at the end. Whichever is easiest for you. But we definitely want to get that signature on there. And once you're done with your signature, you want to make sure and paint your moon and add your stars. Girl Harry Potter, very good. Hermione, very good. Yes, I love the stars on there. You did it. GHTX, very good. Yes, you should paint the sides of the canvas. So Hermione, Arizona, very good. Haley, Hermione, California, very good. Hermione, California, very good. So yes, if you are done, okay, you'll notice there's sides to the canvas. Okay, you want to paint those and you want to paint them now, and I'll tell you why. Your paint is still fresh. You have the colors right in front of you. You want to paint the top, the sides, and the top, and the other side, the color of the blue that you did in the background. And then for the bottom, you want to paint that red color that you did for the fence on the bottom portion of the canvas. You want, when you hang this canvas up on the wall, you don't want it to look like a front cover is painted with all blank sides. You want it to be completely filled in. So I know some of you are done, but make sure you have painted the top and the sides of your canvas. That is what's truly going to make your masterpiece complete. Yes, you can color your moon white and black. It might look a little odd, but you can color your moon white and black. The secret to the moon that I did, yes, you can leave if you're done. The signature goes in the bottom right of the painting. Down on that fence, that bottom right corner, that's where your signature goes. That's where your signature goes. All right. So guys, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to paint with me today. I hope that you absolutely love your wizard owls with the night scene. I think, like I said, this is my favorite painting ever of all times. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the girls that are leading us today. I hope you guys are very happy with your masterpieces, and I look forward to painting with you again soon. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Harmony Granger, California.
Thank you, Ms. Shamika. This was so much fun. I think we should find out how all these paintings turned out.
Me too, I agree. Can everyone pick up their paintings and show us how your wonders of wizarding magical owl masterpieces turned out?
Wow, look at those. These masterpieces are amazing.
I agree. I hope all of you are thrilled with your paintings. I'm really impressed.
Me too. A big thank you to all of you for spending your time with us this Saturday.
Let's also use our clapping hands function to thank Miss Tamika for her time today. Go ahead and show us your clapping hands.
Before we leave, we wanted to share a Girl Scout tradition with you. Normally, if we were in person, we would have a friendship circle. We would cross our arms, hold hands, do a friendship hand squeeze, put our foot in the middle of the circle before twirling out. Since we can't do that, we're going to share a Girl Scout tradition through song. Please unmute yourselves right now so we can sing one final song together. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
What is it? It's really hard.
You're gonna say make new friends this year.
Make new friends, but keep the old. Honest silver and the others gold. Circle round, but keep the old. Honest silver and the others gold. Make new friends, but keep the old. Honest silver.
Wow, that's beautiful, guys. Good job. I think we did great. Honestly, it's amazing. I think we did great, guys. You all sound beautiful.
Bye.